friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today we're going to be doing a 3-Looks-1 palette with the Solmåne palette from Oden's Eye, and I'm super extra excited about this video because this video is in fact sponsored by Oden's Eye. Oden's Eye is a really cool Swedish brand, and their design and theming is inspired by Norse mythology. The Solmåne palette in particular is inspired by the sun and moon goddess, and I just think it's such a cool theme. It's such a beautiful palette. The artwork on this makes me so happy. I'm really loving what they're doing with their theming across the board with all of their products, but today we're going to be focusing on this palette in particular. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. I really enjoyed creating these 3 looks for this video. I've also used this palette in the past in a Shop My Stash, and I've actually been reaching for this quite a lot on the days that I feel like doing eye makeup before I go to work. Haven't been wearing a full face of makeup just because I have to wear a mask all day in the salon, but sometimes I'm feeling a little spicy and I just feel like wearing some eye makeup, and this has been one that I've been reaching for just because I find it to be so easy and quick to make really beautiful looks. I love the choices of the mattes in this palette. You guys know that mustard and that purple just like have my heart so much. The shimmers in this palette are so pretty. I'm just all over really enjoying the color scheme of this palette. As soon as I got this in the mail, I was so pumped and I was so inspired to play with it. I'm so excited and grateful that I get to work with Oden's Eye on this video for you guys. Thank you so much, Oden's Eye, for partnering with me today. This palette is 24.90 euros, which is about $28 USD. I feel like it's a really good price for the palette, and you can also use my code BEAUTBEAN in all caps if you want to save money. That link is affiliated just so you're aware, but it will save you some money and help me out as well. Without further ado, I don't want to chat too much in this intro. Let's just get on to these 3 looks, and then at the very end I will break down this palette even more and give you my thoughts on the palette. Hi friends, good morning. I'm so excited for this look. I really want to just do something very smoky, mustardy, yummy, maybe a little grungy. We'll kind of see. I have a loose idea. I do already have my eye primed. Go ahead and prime your eyes with whatever you prefer to prime your eyes with. And we're gonna start with this mustard shade right here. I'm just gonna take a medium-sized blending brush and we're gonna start just kind of working this through the crease. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm feeling really good. I'm in a good mood, and I'm just really excited to create a cute look. You guys know I love mustards. It gets me so pumped to play with a good mustard shadow. I'm taking this under the lower lash line as well, just smoking it out. You guys know what I like. I like to really pack it on the lower lash line, just give it that very grungy, smoky effect. So that is precisely what I'm doing, just really heavily placing this shadow. I'm also going to heavily place it here in the outer corner just to really give that added depth and elongate the eye a little bit more. This is just so pretty, and the shadow is just so easy to work with. Can we talk about how I've been thinking about tempeh nonstop? I just want a tempeh burrito bowl every day of my life, forever. And ever and ever. If you've never had tempeh, I highly recommend you try it because it's just to die for. Alright, so we have a good base going on for this look. Now we're going to start deepening things up. I'm going to be taking this brown shade right there, and I just have a flat little angled brush. Just going to pick up some of that brown, just something to really get close to my lower lash line. And then I'll use the brush previously to smoke it out, but we will get there when we get there. And I'm actually just gonna kind of follow my eye and create a little bit of a wing, not like too extended because I want it to be able to like have room to blend and smoke out, but just enough. I wanna do just kind of like a smoky, like winged out outer corner. So I'm just kind of getting that basis drawn in. I'm kind of following this brown up where my crease kind of falls a little bit, just so that like when my eyes open I can really see that kind of elongated brown shape. Now that that's where I'm liking it, I'm going to take a little bit more brown on just a pencil brush, just a tiny bit of brown. And I'm just going to work on really smudging that lower lash just a little bit more. I'm not taking it too far down because again I do want some room for it to really blend and do its thing. I'm also just taking a little bit of that shadow on the pencil brush again, just to really kind of pop in the outer corner of the lid so we can really connect it into that wing shape. Just something kind of sort of like that. I know it's still like a very rough outline right now. Trust me, we will get there when we get there. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that mustard we started with on that first blending brush And I'm just going to smoke out that lower lash line, get it nice and soft and diffused. I don't want the lower lash line to be super obvious that I place like a line of dark brown. I want it just to be a nice gradient, just to add that depth. And I'm not scared of taking this mustard down too far, just because I personally really like that very smoked out, blown out lower lash line. I think it's so pretty. And then I'm just gonna kind of take just a little bit of that mustard, and I'm just kind of lightly placing that kind of on top of that wing that we created. And I'm just using very light motions. I'm holding the very outside edge of my brush so that I'm not going in with too much pressure. Just light little motions here. We want a soft, like, not subtle diffusion with this dark, but we just want it to be a softer gradient of a wing. Like, I want it to look like a wing, but I want it to be a soft, smoky wing. Do you know what I mean? Just taking my time, blending. Patience is key. And we will get there when we get there. But look how pretty that is looking. It's so soft, and I just love that effect that it gives my eye shape. So now that I'm fairly happy with that, I do want to do a bit of like a half cut crease and just have it like kind of flow into that wing shape. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I want it to go from this gold here and then into this more bronzy kind of shade. I think that'll be a really nice transition into that brown wing. And yeah, let's just do it. When I do my cut creases, I always use a glitter primer. It just works the best for me. Obviously, if you prefer using like concealer to cut your crease, do your thing, but glitter primer is the way to go for me. And I'm just using a very flat brush to really just get into where my crease falls so I can get a nice precise shape. And I'm just kind of trailing that into that brown wing. Using that exact same brush, I'm going to start with that lighter gold color, and we're just going to go to town. I'm going to pop that right up there in the front. And I kind of want this to go all across the top of the lid. Look how beautiful that shimmer is. It's just so opaque, and it literally looks like liquid gold. It's so pretty. I'm just going to follow that though and stop it right where that wing is really starting to build up. And then with the rest of this lighter gold, I'm just going to place that in the front portion and then just kind of drag it upwards, kind of like a diagonal shape. You guys have seen me do this 100 times, but I especially want to do this with this wing shape because I feel like it really just kind of draws the eye like where the depth is. You'll see what I mean when it's done. And I mean, this would be beautiful if you just used one shimmer, but you guys know me, I'm extra. I like to use multiple shimmers every chance I get. All right, I'm gonna flip that brush over to the clean side and just take that more bronzy shadow. And this shade is simply just gonna go basically where I didn't put the other one. It's gonna start about halfway in, and we're just really going to kind of pack it and merge it into that gold and then just kind of fade into that wing. I don't want the wing to necessarily be a shimmer wing, but I do want it to be a very soft transition from shimmer to matte. We don't want harsh lines here, folks, except for the cut crease, of course. Taking just a tiny bit more of that brown on that pencil brush we had earlier, I'm using that just to simply smudge right where that shimmer and matte meet so that we can get a nice soft little diffusion. Just look at how pretty that eye shape is. Oh my gosh, I love it. You guys know I don't usually reach for like golds and bronzes too much, but when paired with like mustards and when it's the right tone, I don't know, it can be really pretty, and it does look really good against my light's eyes. We need to highlight the inner corner though. I'm gonna dip into the Solmåne highlight palette because I used it on my face, and you guys know I usually like to match my inner corner to my face highlight. I'm gonna take this top one right here. That's what's on my cheeks right now. And I think it's really pretty, and I think it'll complement this look really nicely. So yeah, just popping it right in the inner corner for some nice shine and glow. I literally can't go without my inner corner highlight. It's one of my favorite things ever. All right, that is that eye complete. I'm gonna go off camera, do the other eye, throw on like my lashes, lips, all that good stuff, and I'll be back when this look is complete. All right, hello, look number one is complete. I just think it's so pretty. I feel really glamorous. I really like this look. I'm content with it. I just threw in a gold eye pencil, some big lashes, just because for one, you guys know I love big lashes, but for two, I just feel like, I don't know, it adds to that drama in the outer area. And on my lips, I went with an Oden's Eye liquid lipstick. This is one of the cream lip stains. This is in the shade Little Jasmine. I didn't want anything too wild with the lips. I just kind of wanted something that just looked like my lips were juicy, and really like this formula. I've actually already worn this lipstick quite a few times because I just think it's such a pretty color, and it's a really just comfortable thing to wear. All right, this is look number one. I really hope you like it. Let's go ahead and move on to look number two. I think I want to do something a little more colorful for that one. Hello again. Are you ready for look number 2? I certainly am. My eye is already primed. I suggest you do the same. So for this look, I want something a little more light, airy, summery, colorful. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm thinking I want to have like purple kind of surrounding like my outer corner, lower lash line, a little through the crease, and have it blending into this really cute pink, and then maybe popping this beautiful shade on the lid. I love that shade. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, like a 3 eyeshadow look. We'll kind of see how that goes. So we are going to start with that purple, and I'm just going to take a like medium-sized fluffy brush. I want to just focus that just kind of in the outer portion of my eye. With the crease, with the lower lash line, I want the inner portion to stay not totally blank, but just a little bit lighter in tone. So I want the heavier saturation of the color to be in this outer corner. I hope I'm making sense. I am ready for some lunch. I am still thinking about tempeh. Hello. It's top of my brain lately. I think I'm gonna make a flatbread pizza today. That sounds really good for lunch. Ooh, I'm ready for it. This shade of purple is just so beautiful. I adore it with my whole heart. I'm gonna start taking that in the lower lash as well, just to really start getting that contrast going on down here. The last few days we binge watched the 3 Hotel Transylvania movies. I'd never seen them before, and neither had Zane. And they're so cute. If you haven't watched them, you need to. I don't know why I never watched them, because they're absolutely adorable. Oh, I'm loving this purple. Honestly, like this could be a cute look, just like swirling a little bit of that purple. Well, I'm really liking it with my white accessories that I have going on. I think that's really pretty. So now that we're kind of in this zone, let's start adding a little bit of that pink down here. I'm just gonna take another fluffy brush. This one's just a little bit larger, just to disperse that product a little bit looser. And I'm just gonna kind of swirl this around the outside portions. I don't want this necessarily to scream pink. I want the purple definitely to be the like main point of this look. I just want this pink to kind of, I don't know, be an accent, so to speak. I'm just very lightly swirling it around, holding the outside edge of my brush so that it has less pressure. I keep losing my train of thought, good gracious. I've already had my coffee today. Maybe I need a second glass. Look how pretty that is looking. It's just so soft and whimsical. Very cute for the warmer months. I mean, I'm definitely the person that doesn't think you have to wear your makeup seasonally, but there are certain like color combinations that make me feel like ready for the season, and not many things make me feel ready for warm weather. I am not a warm weather kind of person, but this is just so soft and pretty. All right, let's pack on that beautiful gold. I am again going to use a glitter primer just because you guys know if you've been around for a while, I use a glitter primer with every single one of my shimmers ever in the world just because it helps give it that much more impact. Just going to place this on the lid. I'm just using a larger packing brush, nothing too dense, just like a little bit fluffier of a brush. And then we're going to dip into that beautiful shade down here. I used this in a Get Ready With Me maybe a month ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure how long it's been, and it's just so show-stoppingly beautiful. Oh, just look at that. I literally like can't get enough of that shadow. It's magic. It's so reflective and sparkly, and it's just, oh, the shifts in it are so beautiful. I'm gonna take that brush that I had with that purple. I don't have any additional product on this brush, and I'm just kind of loosely blending at the edges just so it flows seamlessly from shimmer to matte. I'm okay if some of that shimmer transfers lightly. I don't want this to be like a cut crease or anything like that. We're going for a very, again, airy, whimsical kind of look in this one. Taking a little bit more of that pink brush as well. I'm just kind of going back with my brushes, just kind of re-intensifying where I see fits. Oh, I love this. It's so, so pretty. I feel like I'm actually gonna take that shimmer again on this little pencil brush, and I wanna just pop a little right down here. You guys know I love a shimmer on the lower lash line, and this specific shade is just so insanely beautiful. It deserves its own spotlight moment. Just kind of right there in the front, kind of where like your tears would come. Your tear duct, that's the word. All right, inner corner time. For this look, I'm wearing this shade on my cheekbones from that highlight palette, so we're just gonna pop that in my inner corner. I thought that one might be cute just because I do have that kind of pink a little bit in the crease, so I figured we'd go with the pinky toned highlights. I've actually probably worn this specific shade in the highlight palette more than the other, like more than out of all the 4. Goodness, again, I cannot get my words together. Oh, just look how pretty that is. This was such a simple look. Oh, but it's so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to finish it off lips, lashes, all that good stuff, and I will be back when I'm done. All right, look number 2. I think this is so cute. It's so fun. It was so simple with just a couple of shadows, but it's just so magical. I feel like it's really impactful, especially with just how dimensional that shimmer is. I'm here for this look. I really like it. And I love this purple shadow so much. I just adore it. I just went with a very light lavender eye pencil, nothing too crazy, just something to kind of complement the look but not overpower it. I did go with smaller lashes for this look. I know that's like not what I typically go for, but I really just wanted something a little more dainty with this look so it can really shine and do its thing. And plus I am trying to get use out of these lashes. And for my lips, I went with another Oden's Eye one. This is one of their matte lip stains. This one is in the shade Apricot Girl, and I thought this would be really cute with this look, so I went with it. Obviously this one's matte. I do prefer the cream lip stains over the matte, but this is still very nice. It's very lightweight. I don't feel like it's too much on my lips, which is fantastic. All right, this was look number 2. I hope you like it. I love this one. So far, this is my favorite that I've done, and I'm excited to do look number 3. Hi, hello, look number 3. I'm pumped. I have a really good idea for it. Loose idea, but still an idea nonetheless. I just want something really smoky. I really want to showcase this shade on the lid because it's just so beautiful. Wait till you guys see what it looks like. And I just want to kind of blend that into like the brown and the purple just for like a cute, colorful, but very dark moment. Kind of what I'm feeling. My eye is already primed and ready to go, so let's just hop right into it. I do want to start with taking that purple, and I'm just going to take a medium-sized blending brush. I want this to be a very rounded shape. I don't want it to be too elongated, so I'm just going to start right in the middle, kind of tilt my head back, and just go windshield wiper motions just to kind of follow that shape of my eye, just to get that really kind of rounded effect. Ugh, I just love this purple. Every time I use it, I get so happy. And I am like kind of really packing it on, building it up, because I do want there to be that vibrancy behind all this. But this shade is kind of acting as our transition tone. This is what's going to help blend out the darker shades that are going to be going on here soon. And then once I'm pretty satisfied with just how that is to start, we're going to do some more blending later, don't you worry. We're going to go ahead and do it on the lower lash line as well. I'm not going to take this down too terribly far because I do want the dark from the darker shades to really shine through in the bottom as well, but I do want this like purple to kind of like be a halo on the outside edges, if that makes sense. Then once I just have like a universally rounded shape, we're going to go ahead and pack that shimmer across the lid. I'm just taking a packing brush, and again, I am going to use glitter primer just to really get the most impact possible, like I do with literally every shimmer ever. Once you start using a glitter primer, it's just the biggest game changer, I promise you. Just going to pack this all the way from both sides of the lid, all across, and then dipping into this beautiful shade right here. I'm super excited. I can't wait to put this on. So it's just going to go all the way across the lid. And I feel like the shade does have like almost like a translucent background to it, which is really cool because you can layer it a little bit more soft and subtle, but you can also build it up like I'm about to do and get it pretty impactful. And the shimmer going through it is just so pretty. I just love the tone of it. It's so deep and so cute, and I just think it's super unique to my collection. I don't really have anything quite like that. I just love that brilliant blue shift that kind of shines through. Oh my goodness, it's to die for. I'm now going to take that matte brown and we're going to use that just to kind of deepen things up, help have kind of like a merger between the shimmer into that purple. I'm just taking this kind of small angled brush, just something small will do the trick. And I'm focusing this directly in the crease, kind of like right at that edge where those two shadows are meeting. I'm not going to carry this shade up too high. I'm going to let the purple kind of blend that out. I just want this to kind of blend that shimmer out. Just trying to help add that definition in there, just to give us that seamless, smoky look. And now I'm going to take a bit more of that purple, and again, I'm going to tilt my head back just so I really have that shape that I want. And I'm just going to go to town with this purple, really blending away, not blending away, but just going at this situation we have going on to really get it blended. Oh, it's looking so pretty. I'm just going to re-intensify that shimmer just a tiny bit, and then go back in with my purple brush. Oh, I just love the way that looks. Look how pretty that is. I love that. I'm going to now take that smaller brush I have with the brown just to press some of that shadow up against my lower lash line, just to again add that smokiness, that intensity that we're going for. Just a teensy bit more purple, Gonna use that brush again, that first blending brush, to really help buff and blend that lower lash line out. And now, just to keep things spicy, I'm gonna take that shimmer shade again, and I'm just gonna take that on any pencil brush, and I'm just gonna be popping this shade right up against my lower lash line as well. I'm not building this up to be as intense as my lid, but I do want this to kind of correlate on that lower lash line as well. Plus, I just think it's beautiful and I want to use it as much as possible. And then last, I'm just going to take this kind of beigey shade and mix it with the purple just to get kind of a lighter purple with a big fluffy brush, just to help furthermore blend this edge just a teensy bit more, you know? I feel like with a smoky eye, dimension is key, building up tones is key. I feel like it just gives the best effect in my opinion. All of these are blending like butter too. I'm having no issues, and it's so nice because this is so pretty. I just can't stop staring at that shimmer shadow. It's so unique to my collection. I really don't think I have anything quite like that. To highlight my inner corner, dipping into that highlight palette again, we're gonna use this one, which I have on my face for this third look. Tried to use something different for each of the looks just to keep it interesting. We're just gonna plop that right there in the inner corner. Super cute, icy golden moment. Very nice. All right, and here we are with that look. I'm going to repeat it on the other eye, lashes, lips, all that good stuff, and I will be back when I'm done. All right, this is look number 3. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I feel so vampy and pretty. I really like how this one came out. I just think these tones play off of each other nicely, and I feel like just looking at this palette, I don't know, it doesn't look like you can necessarily get this deep, but you can really get some depth out of this palette, and I really appreciate that because you guys know I don't like when palettes lean a little too light toned. I like having depth. I just threw in a really deep blue-gray kind of eye pencil just to kind of complement that lid. Of course, I had to go with some big lashes just because 1, I love big lashes, and 2, I just feel like this look calls for big lashes if you're gonna wear lashes at all. And on my lips, I initially went with Dry Dates matte lip cream from Oden's Eye, and I decided my lips are a little too dry for matte right now. So I topped over that color with Poppy Girl, which is one of the cream lip stains. So that's kind of what you're seeing right now. I don't usually go for something this creamy, this dark, but I'm actually kind of really liking the way it looks. Obviously, it's like not for the messy, so I'm just gonna be very careful and check my teeth every 2 seconds to make sure I don't have a lip product on my teeth. But I do really like this look overall. I think it's really pretty. I just feel very fierce. Let's just hop into the end of the video now. Hello, welcome back. Which look was your favorite? I think I have to give it to this look, but I truly loved all 3 of these looks. I think they all turned out so beautiful, and I had such a blast playing with this palette. Let's just chat about the palette, give some in-depth reviews, shall we? Like I said in the beginning, I love the packaging, I love the artwork, I love that there's a texture to it. I just feel like that adds just a little bit of something extra than just your typical standard palette. Not totally necessary, like it's not a deal breaker for me to have like a texture on a palette, but it definitely adds a little more to the experience, in my opinion. And obviously I didn't use every single one of these shades, but I have used all of these shades amongst all of my filming and the times I've used it off camera. So let's just go ahead and chat about all the shades. The mattes in general are all beautiful. They all have great pigmentation. They blend out nicely. I feel like they last long on my eyes. I don't really have an issue with things fading throughout the day. I feel like they're pigmented enough to where like you get the impact that you want, but they're not so insanely pigmented that they would be intimidating for a beginner either. The shimmers are all beautiful. Some of them have slightly more of a different formula, but they're all beautiful in their own way. I feel like this beautiful shimmer white and this beautiful kind of duochrome gold are just so metallic and they shift so beautifully. I cannot get enough of those shades. Those shimmers are definitely the stars as far as the shimmers go for me. That gold and that bronze are just so liquid metal looking. They're so beautiful. You guys saw how pretty they were in that first look. I love those shades, and you guys know I don't really go for golds too often, but those ones are just so shiny and pretty. I love it. These 2 down here have a little bit more, I don't want to say they're sheer, but they're just packed a little more tight, and they require a little bit more building up, but once you get it built up, it's beautiful. I mean, you can see it across my lid. It has that depth, it has that shine. Those blue sparkles are so pretty. I can't stop looking at my eyes. I just think it's so lovely. Here's just an example of what I was talking about. This one has a little bit more like pigment and like texture to it, where this one has like a little bit more of like a sheer base, but they do build up nicely and they look so pretty on the eyes. I'm very happy with them. Overall, I'm just really pleased with that palette. I'm gonna continue using it. I'm very happy with my looks. Thank you so much, Oden's Eye, for not only sending me that palette, but also sponsoring this video. I'm so excited, and it was really fun working with you guys. Again, if you guys feel like picking up anything off of their site, you can use my code BEAUTBEAN if you wanna save some money. I believe it's 20%, it might be 10%. I will have it down in the description box regardless. And yeah, I just really hope you guys liked this video. If you made it to the end, I want you to leave me either a sun or a moon emoji just to go with the Solmåne theme. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautyBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. As usual, please make sure you are staying informed and educated during this time. I will still have that Google document in my description box, which is full of a ton of resources on how you can be helpful during the Black Lives Matter movements, petitions to sign, places to donate, tips on protesting, all sorts of stuff. Just make sure you are being helpful during this time as much as you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Okay, bye!